Hi, I'm Natalie Critchley from nataliecritchley.com. Today's talk is about morning routines and why they are important. Do you have a morning routine? We'll answer that in just a second, but first, if you do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so you can see my videos as often as you like and hopefully get some value from them, as well as hit that little button and they'll load into your feed as soon as they're uploaded onto YouTube. Really appreciate that. But for now, let's answer that question about morning routines. Morning routines are super important for one reason and one reason alone, and that's to start your day, right? So many people get caught up in the struggle of just getting up late, hitting the snooze, 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 getting up late, and then rushing through their entire day. And their day from the beginning is just a mess because you've lost control of it. You lost control of it before it even started, right? And that's what happens with people who don't have clear intentions for their morning. When I read Tim Ferriss's The 4-Hour Workweek, I walked away with a couple ahas that I've put into my life. And one of them is the importance of a morning routine, right? As entrepreneurs, it's really super hard when it's your schedule and it's your time and your freedom, right? Which we all want. Getting a system in control, a system of control that works for you. And I say control, and I don't mean controlled, but I mean, if you, like Tim Ferriss says, if you win the morning, you win the day. And that is so true. For the last probably almost 20 years, I tend to get up early. I'm a light sleeper, but I've recognized that I need 8 hours, and that is super important for me. So I need to start my day for my morning routine and back that clock back 8 hours, and I need to be in bed at that time. And if I'm not, it's not fun, right? I like to get up. This is a beautiful day today. I love the morning. I love the sunshine. I love everything about the morning. I am not a night person. So for me, the morning, winning the morning, winning the day is, oh man, it is so, so important. And if you haven't tried it, I encourage you to try it. And just start out with a couple things. Just don't make it overwhelming, right? Because getting up early is tough. And my trick for getting up earlier is to set the alarm clock like 3 and 4 minute intervals every other day. So if you're getting up at 6 and you want to get up at 5:30, push it back 4 or 5 minutes on a Tuesday, and then push it back 4 or 5 minutes on a Thursday. And you just gradually keep pushing that clock back, and it's going to be so much easier to get up than to go from 6 o'clock to 5:30, because you're going to hit the snooze. You know, so for me, I'll just share my morning routine. It starts the night before. I am a big believer in getting all of your things, your important tasks that need to be done the next day on paper so that you're ready for that next day. And I've really stopped calling them to-dos, because if you don't cross it off, then you don't feel accomplished, right? So for me, putting it on paper, I try to limit it to 6, because 6 is about as much as I can handle. I get it on paper. I put my gym clothes out the night before, so I don't have to think about it. I just jump in the gym clothes and I'm ready to work out. I walk out into the living room. I turn on brush my teeth first. I get out into the kitchen, turn on the hot water for the green tea. I sit in the same chair. I put my feet on the floor, and I'm not a meditator. I haven't figured that one out yet, but I just try to sit with myself. And that is so incredibly hard for me, sitting for a minute or two and not thinking and not worrying about tomorrow and worrying about where I'm going or planning a vacation. I'm just trying to sit and be present, right? After that couple minutes, I go get my green tea, then I go back to my journal. I write down a gratitude statement. I write down my 5 affirmations. I say my 5 affirmations out loud. Then I put those important tasks from the night before, right before I went to bed, so they're stimulating in my mind, giving me some energy, helping me solve some problems while I'm sleeping. I put those into my journal, and then I'm pretty much done with that part of the routine, and that's the precious time of my routine. I don't go to bed with phones. I don't go to bed with electronics. I haven't done that since I've had a phone. It just didn't make sense to me, never has. I don't do it. The one thing I have done in the last little bit is I get up early, and as soon as I'm eating, I'll grab breakfast and I'll catch 15 minutes of news just to kind of see what's going on in this crazy world we live in, and then I go work out. So, I mean, that's my routine. My routine takes about an hour in the morning and then work out. I try to get to the office between 8 and 9, just depending on what it is. I like to get up 5:30 or 6. It just makes me feel like I'm way ahead of my day. So for me, that morning routine has been a part of my world for 15 or 20 years. And when I'm out of sync, I've felt it. The end of last year, we moved. I had bronchitis. I had pneumonia. I had no energy. Didn't want to work out. It's the longest I've gone without working out in my entire life. Just, I was out of my routine. I was out of sorts. After the move, I was out of sorts. Before the move, I was out of sorts because you're moving. I mean, it was just a crazy year last year, and I didn't even realize it until I was starting to get back into my routine. And literally, honestly, I just started working out again 4 weeks ago. I hired a trainer because I needed somebody to kick my ass, excuse my French again, to get going. I needed some guidance. I needed to get started, right? And this is all about just getting started. That's the key. You just got to start. And once you start, it is money, I promise. Money, money, money. So I encourage you, try a morning routine. As an entrepreneur, it will be the most important thing you can do for your business, for your life, for your personal development. Also inside of my morning routine, I read a little bit. I left that out, and that's probably one of the most important things too. Is I'm always reading, always learning, always trying to solve a problem in my business. I've always been a curious learner anyway, so I love learning, and so I'm always reading something, whether it's a post. I love Medium. I love reading about personal development. But it's just so important to start your day off on the right foot. So that's it for me. I so appreciate you being here. If you have any comments, please leave them below. My info, reach out to me on Facebook. I would love to hear your morning routine. Maybe you're doing something I should be doing. I'm not an expert at this, but boy, I know what works for me. And if it works for me, it might work for you too. So that's it for now. We will see you on the next episode. Take care.